Here are 50 most commonly asked interview questions and detailed answers regarding SAP ABAP enhancements in interviews. 1. What are SAP ABAP enhancements, and why are they used? Answer: SAP ABAP enhancements are techniques used to modify or enhance standard SAP applications without modifying the original source code. They allow developers to add custom functionality to standard SAP programs to meet specific business requirements without affecting future system upgrades or compatibility. 2. What are the different types of enhancements available in SAP ABAP? Answer: there are several types of enhancements in SAP ABAP, including user exits, customer exits, business add-ins BADIS, implicit enhancements, and enhancement points. Each type offers a unique way to extend standard SAP functionality and accommodate custom requirements. 3. What is a user exit and how is it different from a customer exit? Answer: user exits are predefined enhancement points provided by SAP that allow developers to add custom code at specific locations within standard SAP programs. Customer exits, on the other hand, are custom enhancement points defined by customers to accommodate specific business requirements. While user exits are provided by SAP, customer exits are created by customers as needed. 4. Can you explain the concept of business add-ins BADIS in SAP ABAP? Answer: business add-ins BADIS are object-oriented enhancements introduced by SAP to provide a standardized way to enhance SAP applications. They allow developers to add custom logic to standard SAP programs by implementing predefined interfaces. BADIS offer greater flexibility and reusability compared to traditional enhancement techniques. 5. How do you find available user exits in SAP systems? Answer: you can find available user exits in SAP systems using transaction SMOD SAP Enhancement Management, or by searching the SAP Enhancement spot for relevant exits. Additionally, you can use SAP documentation or search for specific user exits in the SAP Community Network CCN. 6. What is an enhancement spot, and how is it used in SAP ABAP? Answer: an enhancement spot is a central repository for collecting enhancement options related to a specific business, object, or process. In SAP ABAP, it serves as a container for grouping related enhancements and provides a structured way to organize and manage custom enhancements. 7. Can you explain the difference between explicit and implicit enhancements? Answer: explicit enhancements, such as user exits and BADIS, provide predefined enhancement points within standard SAP programs where custom code can be inserted. Implicit enhancements, on the other hand, allow developers to add custom code anywhere within a standard program using special keywords and include statements. 8. What is an enhancement point, and how is it used in SAP ABAP? Answer: an enhancement point is a predefined location within a standard SAP program where custom code can be inserted using explicit enhancements. It serves as a hook for adding additional functionality without modifying the original source code of the program. 9. How do you create a customer exit in SAP ABAP? Answer: to create a customer exit in SAP ABAP, you first identify the appropriate exit point within the standard SAP program. Then, you implement the required enhancements using transaction CMOD SAP Enhancement Management. Finally, you define the custom logic to be executed at the exit point in a separate include program. 10. What is the purpose of an enhancement implementation in SAP ABAP? Answer: an enhancement implementation is the actual custom code that is added to enhance standard SAP functionality. It is linked to a specific enhancement option, such as a user exit or body, and contains the custom logic that will be executed when the enhancement is triggered. 11. Can you explain how to activate and deactivate enhancements in SAP systems? Answer: enhancements can be activated and deactivated using transaction SMOD for classic enhancements or SPRO for business add-ins. In SMOD, you can select the desired enhancement and set its status to active or inactive. In SPRO, you can use the body implementation screen to activate or deactivate specific BADIS. 12. What are the advantages of using enhancement framework over traditional modification techniques? Answer. The enhancement framework provides a non-invasive way to enhance standard SAP functionality without directly modifying SAP objects. It reduces the risk of compatibility issues and simplifies system upgrades by keeping custom code separate from standard code. Additionally, it supports multiple implementations, allowing for greater flexibility and customization. 13. How do you handle conflicts between different enhancement implementations in SAP ABAP? Answer. Conflicts between different enhancement implementations can be managed by prioritizing, excluding, or merging enhancements. Prioritization involves assigning a sequence or priority level to enhancements to determine their execution order. Exclusion allows specific enhancements to be deactivated based on predefined criteria. Merging involves combining multiple enhancements into a single solution to resolve conflicts. 14. What is the role of enhancement spots in SAP ABAP? Answer. Enhancement spots provide a structured way to group related enhancement options within SAP ABAP. They serve as containers for organizing enhancements and help maintain consistency across development projects by grouping related enhancements together. 15. How do you transport enhancement implementations between different SAP systems? Answer. Enhancement implementations can be transported between SAP systems using the Standard Transport Management System (TMS). Developers create a transport request in the development system, include the relevant enhancement implementations, and release the request. The transport request is then imported into the target system, where the enhancements are deployed. 16. How do you ensure that your enhancement implementations comply with SAP's best practices and coding standards? Answer. To ensure compliance with SAP's best practices and coding standards, I regularly review SAP guidelines and documentation. Additionally, I leverage tools such as Code Inspector and ABAP Test Cockpit (ATC) to perform static code checks and identify potential issues. Following naming conventions, using meaningful comments, and adhering to modular programming principles are also essential practices. 17. Can you explain the concept of enhancement packages in SAP ABAP? Answer. Enhancement packages are bundles of new or enhanced functionality delivered by SAP in a structured manner. They allow customers to selectively activate specific features without requiring a full system upgrade. Enhancement packages provide a flexible approach to adopting new SAP functionality, while minimizing disruption to existing business processes. 18. How do you handle the activation of multiple enhancement implementations at runtime? Answer. In SAP ABAP, the activation of multiple enhancement implementations at runtime follows a predefined sequence based on their priority levels. The enhancement framework automatically determines the execution order based on the assigned priorities, ensuring that enhancements are applied in the correct sequence. Developers can adjust the priority levels as needed to control the order of execution. 19. What precautions do you take to ensure that enhancement implementations do not impact system performance negatively? Answer. To prevent negative impacts on system performance, I carefully design and test enhancement implementations before deployment. I optimize custom code for efficiency, avoiding unnecessary database accesses and complex processing logic. I also monitor system performance metrics during testing and use performance analysis tools like Skull Trace and runtime analysis to identify and address any performance bottlenecks. 20. How do you document enhancement implementations to facilitate future maintenance and troubleshooting? Answer. Documenting enhancement implementations is essential for future maintenance and troubleshooting. I provide detailed comments within the code to explain the purpose of each enhancement and the rationale behind the custom logic. I also maintain documentation outside of the code, including functional specifications, technical design documents, and change logs to ensure comprehensive coverage of the enhancements. 21. Can you explain the concept of enhancement spots in the context of SAP S/4HANA? Answer. In SAP S/4HANA, enhancement spots serve as central repositories for collecting and managing enhancement options related to specific business objects or processes. They provide a standardized way to organize and activate enhancements across different layers of the application. Enhancement spots play a crucial role in enabling extensibility and customization in SAP S/4HANA environments. 22. How do you handle conflicts between enhancement implementations during system upgrades or migrations? Answer. Conflicts between enhancement implementations can arise during system upgrades or migrations, when changes to standard SAP objects occur. To resolve conflicts, I conduct thorough impact analyses to identify overlapping enhancements and assess their compatibility with the new system version. Depending on the nature of the conflicts, I may modify or adjust the existing enhancements to ensure smooth migration and minimize disruptions. 23. Can you provide examples of real-world scenarios where implicit enhancements are used effectively? Answer. Implicit enhancements are often used in scenarios where the modification of standard SAP objects is not feasible or practical. For example, I've used implicit enhancements to customize standard SAP reports by adding additional selection criteria or output fields. Similarly, I've enhanced SAP standard screens to include custom fields or additional validation checks without modifying the original source code. 24. How do you ensure that enhancement implementations are adequately tested before deployment to production environments? Answer. Before deploying enhancement implementations to production environments, I conduct rigorous testing to validate their functionality and compatibility with existing SAP systems. This includes unit testing to verify individual enhancements, integration testing to ensure seamless interaction with other modules, and regression testing to confirm that existing functionality remains unaffected. Additionally, I involve end users in user acceptance testing UAT to gather feedback and address any issues proactively. 25. Can you explain the difference between implicit enhancements and explicit enhancements in SAP ABAP? Answer. Implicit enhancements allow developers to add custom code directly within standard SAP objects using include statements or predefined enhancement points. In contrast, explicit enhancements provide predefined hooks within SAP objects, such as user exits or BATIS, where custom code can be inserted. While implicit enhancements offer greater flexibility, explicit enhancements provide a structured and standardized approach to enhancing SAP functionality. 26. How do you manage enhancement implementations across different SAP systems in a landscape? Answer. Managing enhancement implementations across different SAP systems requires careful coordination and version control. I use the Transport Management System (TMS) to transport enhancements between development, quality assurance, and production systems. I ensure that all enhancement implementations are properly documented and versioned, and I follow established change management processes to track and monitor changes across the landscape. 27. What are some best practices for designing and implementing enhancement implementations in SAP ABAP? Answer. Some best practices for designing and implementing enhancement implementations include conducting thorough requirements analysis, leveraging standard SAP functionality whenever possible, adhering to SAP's extensibility guidelines and naming conventions, documenting all enhancements comprehensively, testing enhancements rigorously across various scenarios, and collaborating closely with stakeholders to ensure alignment with business requirements. 28. How do you handle the removal or deactivation of enhancement implementations in SAP systems? Answer. When removing or deactivating enhancement implementations in SAP systems, I follow established procedures to ensure that dependencies are managed properly. I conduct impact analyses to identify any downstream effects of deactivating enhancements and communicate with stakeholders to mitigate potential risks. Depending on the circumstances, I may gradually phase out enhancements or provide alternative solutions to address the underlying requirements. 29. Can you discuss the role of enhancement options in SAP ABAP development? Answer. Enhancement options in SAP ABAP development provide predefined points within standard SAP objects where custom code can be inserted to extend or modify standard functionality. They offer a structured and standardized approach to enhancing SAP applications, promoting consistency and maintainability across development projects. By leveraging enhancement options, developers can accommodate specific business requirements while minimizing the impact on future system upgrades or changes. 30. How do you stay updated with the latest advancements and best practices in SAP ABAP enhancements? Answer. To stay updated with the latest advancements and best practices in SAP ABAP enhancements, I regularly participate in SAP community forums, attend training sessions and webinars, and engage with peers and experts in the field. I also subscribe to SAP community newsletters and follow SAP's official documentation and release notes. Additionally, actively contribute to knowledge-sharing platforms and collaborate with colleagues to exchange insights and experiences regarding ABAP enhancements. 31. What are user exits in SAP ABAP, and how do they differ from other enhancement options? Answer. User exits are predefined points within SAP standard programs where custom code can be inserted to meet specific business requirements. They differ from other enhancement options in that they are explicitly provided by SAP for this purpose, offering a straightforward way to enhance standard functionality without modifying the original program. 32. Can you explain the concept of business add-ins BADIS in SAP ABAP? Answer. Business add-ins BADIS are object-oriented enhancement options in SAP ABAP that allow developers to add custom functionality to SAP applications without modifying the original source code. BADIS provide a standardized way to implement enhancements and support multiple implementations, making them highly flexible and reusable. 33. What is the purpose of enhancement spots in SAP ABAP, and how do they work? Answer. Enhancement spots in SAP ABAP provide a centralized framework for organizing and managing enhancements across multiple objects, such as programs, function modules, and classes. They serve as containers for enhancement sections, which can be populated with custom code using explicit enhancement techniques. Enhancement spots offer greater flexibility and maintainability compared to traditional user exits. 34. How do you activate and deactivate enhancements in SAP ABAP? Answer. Enhancements in SAP ABAP can be activated and deactivated using transaction SMOD for user exits, transaction say 18 for BADIS, and transaction CXM for enhancement spots. These transactions allow developers to list, activate, deactivate, and maintain enhancement options based on specific requirements. 35. What are the benefits of using enhancement frameworks in SAP ABAP development? Answer. Enhancement frameworks in SAP ABAP offer several benefits, including improved maintainability, reduced risk of code conflicts, and increased flexibility in implementing custom enhancements. By providing standardized and structured approaches to enhancing standard SAP functionality, these frameworks help streamline development processes and facilitate smoother upgrades and system migrations. 36. How do you ensure that enhancements are compatible with future SAP releases and upgrades? Answer. To ensure compatibility with future SAP releases and upgrades, it's essential to follow SAP's guidelines and best practices when implementing enhancements. This includes leveraging supported enhancement options, adhering to naming conventions, and thoroughly testing enhancements in a sandbox or development environment before deploying them to production. Additionally, staying informed about SAP's roadmap and upcoming changes can Help anticipate any potential compatibility issues and proactively address them. 37. What precautions should you take when implementing enhancements in a production environment? Answer: when implementing enhancements in a production environment, it's crucial to perform thorough testing in a development or quality assurance system to validate their functionality and ensure they meet business requirements. This includes testing various scenarios, edge cases, and integration points to identify and address any potential issues or conflicts. Additionally, having a rollback plan in place and obtaining necessary approvals from stakeholders can help mitigate risks associated with production deployments. 38. How do you approach debugging when troubleshooting issues with enhancements in SAP ABAP? Answer: when debugging enhancements in SAP ABAP, it's essential to understand the flow of standard and custom code execution. This involves setting breakpoints at relevant points in the standard program and observing the sequence of execution as the program runs. Analyzing variables, data structures, and function module calls can provide valuable insights into the behavior of custom enhancements and help pinpoint any errors or issues encountered during runtime. 39. What are the different types of enhancement techniques available in SAP ABAP? Answer: SAP ABAP offers various enhancement techniques, including user exits, business add-ins BADIS, enhancement spots, and implicit enhancement points. User exits provide predefined hooks within standard programs for inserting custom code, while BADIS offer object-oriented extension points for enhancing SAP applications. Enhancement spots provide a centralized framework for organizing enhancements, and implicit enhancement points allow custom code to be inserted at specific locations without modifying the original program. 40. How do you document enhancements in SAP ABAP to ensure maintainability and knowledge transfer? Answer: documenting enhancements in SAP ABAP is essential for ensuring maintainability and facilitating knowledge transfer among developers. This includes maintaining clear and comprehensive documentation, detailing the purpose, scope, and implementation details of each enhancement. Additionally, using comments within the code to explain the rationale behind specific decisions or modifications can help future developers understand the context of the enhancements and make informed changes as needed. Regularly updating documentation to reflect any changes or updates to enhancements is also critical for keeping documentation accurate and up to date. 41. What are the differences between classic BADIS and new BADIS? BADIS with filter values? Answer: classic BADIS provide a single enhancement point within a method, allowing developers to add custom logic at that specific location. New BADIS, or BADIS with filter values, offer multiple enhancement points within a method, each associated with a unique filter value. This allows developers to selectively enable or disable enhancements based on predefined criteria, providing greater flexibility and granularity in customization. 42. How do you find available BADIS in SAP systems? Answer: you can find available BADIS in SAP systems using transactions, say 18 business add-ins, or by navigating to the relevant application area in the SAP Easy Access menu and selecting the appropriate enhancement option. Additionally, you can use the enhancement spot browser transaction code SMOG to search for available enhancement options based on specific criteria or keywords. 43. What is the purpose of enhancement implementations in SAP ABAP, and how are they linked to enhancement options? Answer: enhancement implementations in SAP ABAP represent the actual custom code that is added to enhance standard SAP functionality. Each enhancement implementation is linked to a specific enhancement option, such as a user exit or body, and contains the custom logic that will be executed when the enhancement is triggered. Multiple implementations can be associated with a single enhancement option, allowing for different customizations to be applied based on specific conditions or requirements. 44. Can you explain the concept of implicit enhancements in SAP ABAP? Answer. Implicit enhancements in SAP ABAP provide a flexible way to enhance standard SAP programs without modifying the original source code. Unlike explicit enhancements, which require predefined hooks or enhancement points, implicit enhancements allow custom code to be inserted at any location within a program using special keywords and include statements. This approach offers greater flexibility, but requires careful consideration to ensure compatibility and maintainability. 45. How do you identify available implicit enhancements in SAP ABAP programs? Answer. You can identify available implicit enhancements in SAP ABAP programs by using the Enhancement Framework Transaction Code (SMOD) or the Enhancement Implementation Transaction Code (CMOD) to display enhancement options and associated enhancement sections. Additionally, you can search for include statements containing enhancement categories or enhancement spots within the program code to identify potential locations for inserting custom code. 46. What are the benefits of using enhancement sections in SAP ABAP development? Answer. Enhancement sections provide a structured and standardized approach to organizing custom enhancements within SAP ABAP programs. By segregating custom code into distinct sections based on functionality or business requirements, enhancement sections help improve code readability, maintainability, and reusability. They also facilitate easier navigation and troubleshooting by clearly delineating the scope and purpose of each enhancement. 47. How do you handle conflicts between different enhancement implementations in SAP ABAP? Answer. Conflicts between different enhancement implementations in SAP ABAP can be managed using various techniques, such as prioritization, exclusion, or merging. Prioritization involves assigning a sequence or priority level to enhancement implementations to determine the order in which they are executed. Exclusion allows specific implementations to be deactivated or excluded from execution based on predefined criteria. Merging involves combining multiple implementations into a single, unified solution to resolve conflicts and ensure consistent behavior. 48. What is the role of the Enhancement Framework Transaction Code (SMOD or CMOD) in SAP ABAP development? Answer. The enhancement framework in SAP ABAP, accessed through transaction codes (SMOD and CMOD), provides a centralized platform for managing and implementing enhancements across various SAP applications. It allows developers to list available enhancement options, create enhancement projects, and assign enhancement implementations to specific objects. The enhancement framework streamlines the process of enhancing standard SAP functionality and ensures consistency, flexibility, and maintainability in customization efforts. 49. How do you ensure that enhancements adhere to SAP's best practices and guidelines? Answer. To ensure that enhancements adhere to SAP's best practices and guidelines, developers should follow established naming conventions, documentation standards, and coding principles. This includes using descriptive names for enhancement options and implementations, documenting the purpose and scope of each enhancement, and adhering to SAP's guidelines for coding style, performance, optimization, and security. Regular code reviews and adherence to SAP's release notes and documentation can also help ensure compliance with best practices. 50. What are some common challenges faced when working with enhancements in SAP ABAP, and how do you address them? Answer. Common challenges when working with enhancements in SAP ABAP include compatibility issues, conflicts between different enhancements, and maintaining consistency across development environments. To address these challenges, developers should thoroughly test enhancements in a sandbox or development environment. Before deploying them to production, communicate effectively with stakeholders to understand requirements and dependencies, and leverage tools and techniques for managing conflicts and version control. such as transport management systems and change request management processes. Additionally, staying informed about SAP's roadmap and future enhancements can help anticipate potential challenges and plan accordingly. 51. What are the advantages of using enhancement frameworks like BATIS over traditional modification techniques? Answer: enhancement frameworks like BATIS offer several advantages over traditional modification techniques. They provide a non-invasive way to extend standard SAP functionality without directly modifying SAP objects, reducing the risk of compatibility issues and simplifying system upgrades. BATIS also support multiple implementations, allowing for greater flexibility and customization, while maintaining a clear separation between standard and custom code. Additionally, BATIS adhere to SAP's best practices for extensibility, and are supported by comprehensive documentation and tools for managing enhancements. 52. How do you handle the transport of enhancement implementations across different SAP systems? Answer: transporting enhancement implementations across different SAP systems follows a similar process to transporting other development objects. Developers first create a transport request in the development system and include the relevant enhancement implementations. Once the transport request is released, the enhancements are included in the transport package and move through the landscape using the Transport Management System (TMS). In the target system, the transport request is imported, and the enhancements are deployed to the appropriate environment. For more exciting tips, tricks, and more importantly, for valuable insights of interviews, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. It has a lot of valuable information about various insights of interviews. It has a wide range of real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for interviews, and it has wide range of most asked interview questions and answers of various technologies like data science, SAP, AWS, DevOps, and full-stack web development, and more, that will be useful during interviews. It has a wide range of most asked interview questions and answers, and real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for freshers, for 2 to 3 years, experienced candidates, and for 5 or above years, experienced candidates to test their skills by knowing most asked interview questions and make themselves ready for interviews.